I'd like to introduce the chairman and vice chair of the Randall R. Kendrick Global Supply Chain Institute, Carl Mount, chief supply chain officer at Zaxby's, to say a few words. Carl?
Hey, well, good morning. Fight on. I will tell you, after 40 plus years of being associated with USC, it never gets boring to listen to the band. I can tell you as a freshman in 1981, freshman orientation was about this time of year. I would have to say a little over 18 years old. Unfortunately, I was a little intoxicated the first time I listened to the band. But, you know, who knows? Back then the laws were a little bit different. The band has always been a part of my life, and I certainly am excited, not only about the band, but this institution. So as a proud Trojan, welcome to the USC campus. Welcome to the Supply Chain Summit, the 11th annual, and we'll have a great few days together. But what I want to reflect on just a little bit is I started being involved in this way of giving back to USC and the Trojan family not quite a decade ago. I wasn't the very first summit or the second. I think I joined the third summit, and it was through the company I was working with at the time, Yum Brands. And Yum Brands and the Taco Bell division specifically had asked Nick and the team of students that were in cohort 1, I think at that time still, to do a project. And I was asked by the head of international and the longtime CFO, who is also an alumni, to come to that third annual summit, and I've been involved ever since. But this is unlike anything else. Not only, as Wink has mentioned, is this the best supply chain conference or summit to be at, but the bringing together of students and industry together certainly excites me. As you could tell by when I entered USC, I'm starting to get into my golden years a little bit and giving back to the university, but more importantly, students, and giving back to that next generation of supply chain students is where I spend a lot of my time now as an executive, not only with the company I'm working at. I've only been at Zaxby 6 months, and it's the smallest company I've ever worked for. Believe it or not, I have 18 people that work for me right now, and I love it. It's private equity owned and enjoying that side of supply chain. But giving back to each and every one of the students in this program or other programs that I support has been a highlight of my career. So I encourage you, network, meet the students, meet each other in industry today, make the best of asking questions at our panels. It's going to be two great days together. And finally, if you are a Trojan alum and you don't spend a lot of time on campus, come back. Get to that stadium over there. We certainly have got a dynamic coach, and it's not all about football, it's about academics too. Give back, join the professors, speak at a class, and enjoy your time in the next 2 days. Thank you for coming. Fight on. Next, I'm going to introduce Nick, our executive director, and I'll tell you what, Nick and I have been friends ever since that third summit. We spent some good time together. He deserves a lot of the credit, in fact, most of the credit, and his staff. Certainly the staff we're putting together this year, which was sold out, but every summit up to here and where this institute has gone over the last decade and into the next decade. So with that, Nick, come on up and say a few words. Thanks.